than that.
My
They,
fathom,
they don't.
my fathom's recording, so I can share it with you or the notes or whichever
Oh, I
anybody
got.
wants.
I mean, I'm here, but I'm just talking about people from
Yeah, okay.
come
I
in.
just you guys should
I'm here, but I like to have the replay.
Okay, okay,
yeah,
so
I
that's
just
great.
I just started recording. Okay.
As an example, the four things that you posted in the beginning, download the planner, here's the recording tutorial, grab the planner. Those four things I'm going to put in one Trello card and share that with my VIP clients and say, here's what you missed the other day.
Mm-hmm. You totally can do that.
And so did Jean post? I mean,
Yeah.
did you post
Lana, so yeah,
something
for
in
this
the beginning that I didn't get?
right. So for the beginning that so just add that here. I just added to the chat. So it should be there. This is from Monday's workshop. Monday's workshop was annual product launch planning.
Okay.
And so
So
so these four things that I just posted is if you just want the planner from it, there's the link to that. The workshop recording is available on YouTube now. So that's the YouTube link. The step-by-step tutorial is the blog post on learn.pagewheel in our knowledge base. And it also has the YouTube video embedded in it. And then grab the planner in sight is the for your Pagewheel account, the little planner and the website that goes with it if you want to
Okay,
share
great.
that.
Thank you.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
I keep jumping in because I had my hand up, and so every time I perk, my hand goes down. So I do know Jennifer was right after me. So the only thing I want to add to what April has said is I am looking into actually in process of beginning to hire a VA. And so I also am looking for something because I have too many Facebook groups and too many pages and too many teachings that, and I run a church, and so I have too many balls in the air. So I also need whatever we use to be applicable to us. And I've drug my feet at getting involved in Notion or something because I've been around a long time and these things come and go. I mean, oh, everybody, and I don't want to spend my time learning tools,
Right.
right? So, yeah, I would really like your input on that as well, and then I'll get out of here and let Jennifer speak. That's the only thing I wanted to add is it does need to work for people with VAs. Or I know you can't do everything, even though I think you can, Janine. I'm so glad to be back in a meeting with you.
Okay. So does anybody have any input? So Eileen was talking about Notion. I use ClickUp. Our original things were in Trello. As again, like my opinion is like they're the top ones, Monday, Notion, ClickUp. They're all good tools, Cynthia. So I would just look at them, and if there's anything particularly about their flow that suits you better, then just go with it because it really needs to suit you the best, right? And your VA is going to adapt to it, or you're going to hire a VA that's presumably, that's already proficient in the thing that you use. So depending on how you feel
True,
about that. Yeah.
true, but if I stick with something that you're using, then that part's already handled. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, I
Yeah.
can do it, but why make extra work for me if I can make something that's already being used for Pagewheel and then I can add my other stuff?
Oh,
That's
I
what
see
that
what
that
you're
was my
saying.
thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for Page Wheels purposes, this was just is kind of a one-off that I'm making simply because Rachel has a Trello board in her social system. So I was not seeing a future use for making things in Trello or ClickUp for Page Wheel. Though So actually I could because what we're doing in the workshops now is the step-by-step start to finish for um, how to use page wheel, like we did the how to do a 5-day challenge. So Cynthia, are you saying is that something that would be useful to you? Like if for how to do the 5-day challenge to have that in like a ClickUp or Trello format, is that useful to anybody here?
Not for me because I know where the 5-day challenge is in Pagewheel. It seems like to me that's redundant because that's there. And I mean, I've done, challenges for years. So that's not, I'm thinking more about, um, you know what? Now I'm confused. Not my fault, not your fault. I think trying to keep track of everything is the thing that I'm trying to figure out, right? So, I mean, just keeping track of Rachel is a full-time job, right? She's in 15 groups, right? And I'm on her email and I'm on her this, and I'm like, I'm trying to get this month's theme done. Do you know what I mean? Not, I'm just trying to, and that's when I said, okay, I got to have help because I can't not do something because I'm chasing a squirrel. You know
Let
what I
me
mean?
know if
That's
you
where,
figure out how to keep up with Rachel.
yeah, right.
Well, I mean, that's a good point about programs and time management and everything else, because I'm sure we've probably all experienced this one way or another. And it's like Holly and I met through this massively expensive coaching program that had an insane amount of outstanding training and everything. But if you didn't know where to start, it was just this dumpster pile to go through, right? If you didn't know where to start or what to use next. And that's kind of what I was trying to address with these new workshops of here's where you start for this thing, like the social system, how do these things work together? If you open up copy packs and select social content, we have all kinds of stuff in there, but which one do you choose when, right? Those are the kind of things I wanted to answer for people for Pagewheel, which I don't think is what you're looking at. But what I'm moving towards, Cynthia, is like, there's a point where you have to accept not keeping up with all the things, right? And you have an active, thriving business. I was coming more from like the new person, where do they even start sort of thing. But this is for new people too, where it's like the focusing of on your business and doing the things should be the highest priority over the learning.
For this person who is a researcher, I love all knowledge. It is so hard for me. I need to put in earplugs and blinders. You know what I'm saying? But I have put down, went back to my standard operating procedure. Okay, you have non-negotiables. You have to do these. And I don't even get on this computer until I have those things done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And hiring a VA. Yep. Hiring a VA is going to relieve a lot of that pressure, because a lot of the things you're doing don't have to be you. And that will free up your time, and really, like in the picture of a big business, the CEO, the visionary of the business, who's the one who should be keeping up with the current trends and making the connections, and the forward-looking person. And the biggest thing, is like for small businesses or solopreneurs, it's balancing, right? The doing the things versus that. And some people love the doing the things, then lose track of where everything's going. And some people love keeping up with all the things, but they don't get anything done. And either one of those can keep your business from growing. So it's always a balance.
Yeah, actually, yeah, exactly. That's what I've noticed, is I'm not having time to do the upfront stuff that I really love to do and what I would say I'm probably best at. And the day-to-day stuff is starting to bog me down. So that's why I've made that decision. So I'll bow out. I think Jennifer's
perfect. Yeah, Jennifer's next.
You guys are so amazing. Hi. Okay. So if I'm seeing this right, I think April is looking for a place to be able to give her clients the drip. And if I'm thinking right, here's my thoughts, and just take it for whatever it is. So for the client, I'm hearing that when the client comes in, she wants to be able to give them email one or
just
information one, information two, information 3 and 4. Okay. So for me, if I were the client, and again, this is just me, I would love to have that email drip where I get email 1, email 2, email 3 with a link to the place where all the previous and future ones are, so that if I want to catch up, I can. I would not want to have to do something new in a program or something. So for me, a Google Doc or even a Pagewheel page that it's just host it on Pagewheel where she updates that, because we're already using Pagewheel. The client's already having to learn Pagewheel. So it would be difficult for me to then have to go learn Trello or whatever else. Plus, it's more for April to have to keep up with. So, like I said, I would do it either in a Google Doc where it's separated by, categories, and then, or a Pagewheel page that she goes and updates. And then for the VA, for me, I would have it be wherever it works for me, because my VA is going to have to work with my system. I'm not going to meet my VA where they are. I'm going to meet my client where they are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Then I'm updating one thing, and then the link to that one thing is just always available to my VIP clients.
And for me, yes, I'm not
Yes.
so much worried about my VA. I just want to have something that I can easily share it, so I don't have to make
Right.
two.
Right. And
I
that's,
like it to do
yes.
everything, and I want it to wash my dishes too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And fold my laundry and sweep my porch.
Who's getting the Tesla
Oh,
On the
robot when it
Christmas
comes
decoration.
out? Yes.
So totally. So yeah, so that would be my thought process of I think that simplifies it for everybody, and that way the client still gets it in email 1, email 2, email 3, so they know where to start. And then if they have the time, they can go to this link and jump ahead if they want to. If I'm given that link to begin with all of that in there, I'm not going to know where it is, where to start. But by email 1, it says, okay, this is the first information. And then if I want to go dig other things out, I can get them from that Google Doc. For us, for the powers that be, who are the main major fabulous people who are providing all of the Pagewheel stuff, I would just prefer it to stay in either the learn.pagewheel or whatever there. So I don't have to then go find it somewhere else too. Does that make sense?
Yep. And I'm just adding here to the comments in the chat while you've been explaining this, is like, yeah, it's important to keep things simple. It really is.
I get lost and shut down if I have to go to 14 places for something each day.
Yeah. As do most, yeah. And that's just, and as do most people, right? Oh, Kim's word of the year is simplify, because all of this.
Yay, Kim!
Yay! Okay, I think Sean had something next.
Yeah, I just I mean, I'm glad that we're talking about this, because I this week have gone down the rabbit hole of looking for a solution, organizing solution, and I've looked at Notion and ClickUp and Motion and 14 other ones, and for us the that are neurodivergent, and you start looking at that, and it starts swirling into a tornado, and then it's just everything's blowing everywhere.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, I guess the takeaway from what I was listening to is that there isn't an integrated system necessarily, um, aside from the learn page on the page wheel, or the guide page. I've been a little bit behind because I have to travel a lot for work, and so I'll get ready to go in and log in, and it would be something as simple as, where is that password? What was that password? And I did that this morning, and I finally I typed it in 15 times and then realized, oh, the capital. Um, but I want I'm trying to the idea of a virtual assistant for me is like, would be golden, because you know the ADHD mind is always ever more trying to, or saying to themselves, I can do that. I mean, I've got these 15 things. I can do that. I can knock it out by noon. And then you get one or none of them done. And so I mean, bottom line, as far as a system, I mean, is there one that universally everybody uses or leaning towards, what do we have there as far as that? I mean, because I did go into that. I mean, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna find something really
Yeah.
quick, and then 4 hours later, I'm
I
like,
feel like Sean. I feel like if Holly, Rachel, and Janine are using XYZ type thing, that's the one I'm using because that's where we're going to get the support and the knowledge and the all the things. Like, I don't really care what we all land on. I just want
right.
to land on the one that everybody else is using too, so that I'm not the lone wolf with an Android. And I do have an Android, so let me just say
Yeah,
that.
that's
Right. And we'll forgive April for that. But I completely agree with that, because the thing is if more people are using it, then it's going to be able to integrate with each other and
Yeah.
and whatnot. And I know a lot of those have like motion. It's like an AI kind of organizer where it will reorganize for you and do the things that you really don't want to do. But like April said, I mean, if someone is using something else, then maybe we ought to look at that,
Yeah.
and
I
see.
think Motion was good for KJ uses it a lot and she even has the pro version. And I did the trial for a little while and I liked it, but it really was just making me, like you said, making me do the things I didn't really want to do. It wasn't going to provide like Trello can do, where I'm going to have a board I'm going to be able to send to someone new and say, here's everything I've ever shared to my VIP clients. But I'm also going to email drip you if you don't want to sit here and digest the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it all, Sean, those are all really good points too. I mean, I got to tell you, April, it's funny because much as like I've done, app development and all these things, it's like for me as a Gen Xer who grew up, didn't get into computers until I started programming with BASIC in the 7th grade, and it doesn't even matter because by then it's like my thing was paper. I know my memory has this spatial aspect to it. It's like it's not quite photographic, but I can remember where on the page I've read things and which page in books, and I read really fast. And I completely lose that on a computer scrolling a screen. So despite the fact whether it's like I use ClickUp for my team, but I still have my redundant paper system on my desk in front of me because that works best for
Yeah.
and I will never, ever,
Yeah.
ever give it up because that's simply
The
how my brain knows how to work best.
I've
And
heard about ClickUp because the owner of UpHabit, which is UpHabit is the app that I use for my CRM, is my reminder
okay.
system. And I love it. It's very inexpensive. It's less than I don't know, it's like barely $100 something for the whole year. So for me to somebody not get lost in the weeds, it's worth it for me. But it's not going to do the things that I need, like for instance, Trello or ClickUp to do. But he's the one that said, my team and engineers are all using ClickUp. Have you heard of it? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, but I'll look into it. So he's another one of so the techie people are telling me about ClickUp, which tells me it might be worth looking at because it's newer than Trello.
Yeah, I've used ClickUp and I liked it. And then something changed with it, or I guess the level that I had, it limited me, and then I got frustrated and stopped using it. But maybe I should revisit that because that's on my phone and my
Yeah, I
computer.
just want to pick one. I don't want to have to use both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. This has nothing to do with probably what Janine had planned for us. So I'm going to mute my microphone and let Janine do whatever she does
I had
best.
nothing planned for today because it's just Q&A. So this is all just this.
Oh, well, good.
Sharing of stuff is good for everybody. Yeah. No, I was just, just sharing the wrap up from Monday for anybody who'd missed it.
So back to, and I'm interrupting, I apologize. And I said I was going to be quiet and I just can't help myself. So you started with what are you using up for Pagewheel? Maybe that will help us determine if it's what we are thinking or
Yes.
something totally off.
Well, okay, so that's what I'm trying to say is this whole thing went in a different direction is for Monday's workshop, I am working on so Rachel's social system. If you go to it right now as is, that was created before Pagewheel existed. Basically, it's the strategy, and then Rachel created. And for those of you who aren't in Makers or haven't seen that or found Rachel before this, is like Rachel's super genius is growing business, with via Facebook groups and communities and audience organically, without spending money on ad spend. And she built two multiple seven-figure businesses for herself and helped literally, I think, pushing 400 people to hit seven figures in their own business following this whole strategy. And that's where these founders who talk about Makers in the Pagewheel group have come from. That's from Rachel's system. So this one part of it, the social system, is a bonus from Rachel that you got with Pagewheel. However, it was created before Pagewheel. And so the workshop Monday was to basically be like, here's the strategy Rachel's giving you, but here's where you use Pagewheel with it and mapping those out together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a great way to, because social system basically, the old social system was, here's how to organize all your crap in all these different folders and all these different spreadsheets and make 100 pieces of content and turn it into 300 pieces. That was social system. But now we don't need all of that back end stuff because we have Pagewheel.
Right. And so
it is a great place Monday to bring a new person that just got introduced to Pagewheel so that they can see how to quickly and easily organize all this stuff.
right.
I think too, there are going to be people coming in now that have never heard of Rachel in her genius
Yes.
zone, right? So they're coming in and they're looking at that Pagewheel, and if you don't have a framework for why do you need memes? Why do you need little short sentences? Why do you need? You're going to look at that whole thing and go, "Holy cow, what's all this? Right? What am I supposed to do with all this?"
Exactly.
And if we don't address that we're bringing in, they're going to get lost and they'll leave, right? Because it'll be overwhelming. It just will. I'm lucky that I started with Rachel back in like 2018 or 2019. I think it was a God thing because building your own audiences, you never have to worry about AI. Like it's never going to out human you. And that's what she does. She teaches you how to be human and connect and build audiences and then build businesses on top of that. And she's brilliant at it. So she's put all her genius into this thing, and Holly's too. It's like the two of them got all this mixed up with AI. It's beautiful. But if you don't know Rachel's core belief about building communities and connecting with people, you might get lost in Pagewheel. So I think that we need to keep that front and center when we're giving information out about Pagewheel is, well, why do they need to do this? Because I'm in so many groups and they have no idea why they even don't have a group, why they started a group, why they're posting on social. They're told that they should, but they don't know why. They don't know what it's supposed to be for them.
And when I say to somebody, oh, well, I learned all this from Rachel Miller and Holly Homer, and they go, who's that? I want to go, well, we can't be friends. Bye.
Oh, but hey, you guys, my video's not working really good right now. I'm sorry, but
Janine.
but here's the deal. I thought Mondays was when you send somebody to Monday and they're going to teach them how to use Pagewheel. I don't know that if you get in to start teaching them how to quote manage or what it's for or doing some of that training as far as how to use it with Trello or ClickUp or Notion or any of the potions that are out there. It sounds like to me that if I was going to send somebody to Pagewheel on Monday, I would want them to learn how to make a product or how to use the copy packs or how to use the program. Because if they come and they get started being told how to do all this managing stuff, then I think that's where you would lose them when they don't even know how to make a basic product or what to use the product for and everything. And I may be wrong, and it may be that this is too simple, and maybe I should have already taught them how to make a product before I send them there. But what if I hadn't had to? Or what if I'm just saying, take a look at my affiliate link. You like it? Oh, great. Hey, here's a place you can go Monday to learn more. And then they get in there and it gets confusing, and they wanted to simply come in and learn how to use the program. And so I'm not so sure I'm understanding what each of it's all about to what to tell a person. If I were to, I don't send anybody there because I don't know what I'm sending them to, and I don't want to get them more confused.
No,
And them,
yeah, that's
does
great.
that make sense?
It totally makes sense. Well, here's what is happening in the big picture overview is in our knowledge base. Hold on, and let me grab the link to it so I can put it in the chat. In our knowledge base,
Well, and let me tell you one more thing. I'm sorry to interrupt one more time, but let me say one more thing. It might be that this should be two different breakout training type things. You might need to have a training for each type system or whatever,
okay,
or idea.
right. So what we have going on is we have our knowledge base, which we have, Lana, we have down to like individual, just how to connect your Stripe account. Just every single individual thing you can do on Pagewheel, we have a separate tutorial for it. So if any of your, for you guys, if any of your people need help with a thing in Pagewheel, the basics, all their account settings, or the main dashboard is Pagewheel basics category in the knowledge base. And then there's the product builder that I'm going through and updating with our new features and stuff now. That's all those tutorials exist on the knowledge base. My next step was that next third of copy packs. I went to copy packs and I was like, holy cow, a person new to Pagewheel or new to building a business is going to have no idea where it's step by step for how to create a copy pack, but it's not telling you what copy pack to use when for your business. And so,
Well, okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is okay, are you saying that I send my person to watch a video somewhere on a training and not seem like they're getting personal attention. They're just going to go watch a video, which a lot of people can go just watch videos, and that's good, and they can do that at their own timing, and that's fine. But I don't need to send them to the money training until after they've gone and watched the video, because they are going to get lost on the money training, because money training is really not about basics, about how to use Pagewheel, and teach them with personal training about how to use Pagewheel. It's going to be teaching them something else. So they shouldn't even come to the money training until they learned how to do the basics.
right. So the idea is that Holly has made a video and there's a blog post for like, here's where to get started. And so instead of that's where the idea is that you could send that link to someone. Here's how you get started. If you get stuck anywhere, then any of these office hours, whether it's a workshop or not, Q&A, new features, anything, is where they can come and ask their live help. Hey, I'm just getting started. I'm stuck here, and we want to get them unstuck. I always address that first before I roll into any workshop. Because
so Janine,
Yep.
you have, I mean, what you had said, okay, we learn how to use the copy packs and do all that, but you said something that really rang with me. The knowing which ones to use for our business to promote our business and whatnot. Is there a individual section for that, or is that something that you're saying that we need to create?
So what I'm saying, so this is exactly what I was getting to, Sean. Next is that, so with the Monday workshops, and this is what Lana is talking about, if somebody new just jumps into a Monday workshop, they don't know what to do with that topic of the day because they're still trying to figure out how to build a product. But what I'm saying is each Monday when we have a workshop, and Fridays are Q&As anyway, Lana, so you can send them here all day long you want it for live help, usually from Holly. I'm just standing in because she's out of town today. But on Monday, this is for people, because we want our office hours. We have a lot of regulars who show up, and we want to give you guys something all the time because we have people who are beginners to well advanced, and we want to tie that into Pagewheel, of course, because that's what we're using. But so Monday has a topic, and Sean, so that's what I'm getting is, so where last year, before I went dark for a little while, I had built the knowledge base of the Pagewheel basics of just how to navigate your way around and do all the individual steps. And the product builder editor, here's all the individual steps to how to use Pagewheel to build the product and the website and all those things. So all the how-tos are done and on the knowledge base. And rather than repeating that every time on a Monday, I am starting the structure of the Monday workshop is I'm looking for, at first asking if anybody has any questions. And that's for any level, brand new people. If anybody's stuck, it's like, hey, let's solve it right now. And everybody else learns from that. Everybody else always learns from somebody else's question. And then I have a prepared topic and why I call it a workshop is ideally I design them so it's not just me lecturing, we're doing this as we go, right? And so the first one was how to create a 5-day challenge that I did 2 weeks ago. So that, because again, that's now that assuming that you know how to use Pagewheel, now you want to make this thing, right? I want to do a 5-day challenge to promote my business. How do I do that? And it covers all the things in Pagewheel from, hey, I know I want to do a challenge, but I don't even have an idea. Well, here's how Pagewheel can help you come up with an idea. Then here's how Pagewheel can help you map out your plan. And then here's how Pagewheel you can make the actual challenge. And then here's your website. And then here's the copy packs to promote this actual thing. So it's a start to finish the 6 different things you use in Pagewheel to create the 5-day challenge for your business. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, that totally. I mean, because
Okay.
I can go in and make a product all day long,
Right.
but how
Right.
to implement that product is really the burning question.
Yeah.
And
So
so
then, yep.
so
And so
you
then I took a step back from that and was like, well, wait a minute. I was going to do this kind of offer by offer. And it was like, well, it's the beginning of the year. Let's back up and let's plan our product launches for the year, right? Let's make a calendar. And the example was we're going to do a major product launch every quarter. But because Pagewheel helps us do things really fast, we're also going to be doing tripwire offers. We're going to be doing our lead magnets. Here's how we map that out on a calendar. And then at the end, Sean, I just made this comment of, and then you would fill in your social content around that. And I just left it at that because social content had nothing to do with the annual planning. It was, too much, right? It's like the whole point was to walk away with a simple 12-month calendar of saying, oh, here's my launch. Here's all the things I'm going to make this year and launch for my business to grow my audience and make more money, right? That was the goal of the last workshop. So Monday coming up, mapping the social system out is like, okay, now now we know what we're going to launch and how we're going to launch it and how to use Pagewheel to make all the pre-launch emails and all those things are covered for. So say your first quarterly thing is going to be a challenge. Now Monday will be the picking up from that comment of filling all the rest in with your social content to grow and engage with your audience is, okay, here's how to do that. And so after these 2 weeks, now you've got your product launch plan on your calendar and so that's basically your sales activities, right? But you have to have your engagement activities because that's how you grow your audience and attract them to you so they do eventually buy.
okay.
Are we talking about the
So
same thing with that?
yeah, I think so. I think you're talking about the same thing, but I mean, as far as like, okay, yeah, we know how to, we watch this training, we get really good at creating a 5-day challenge. Now, that 5-day challenge, I mean, I have 2 or 3 products on Pagewheel. How does that work with that? Or I have a physical product, a book or something like that that I need to promote or do pre promotion for it. Um, you know, do we know that, okay, yeah, we're doing this 5-day challenge and it'll work for physical products and, digital and whatever. Eh, Are are we getting that knowledge in that training? Does that make sense? All right,
I'm
because
not,
I'll look at it because the way my brain works, okay, 5-day challenge is what it is. It's for this, but if I was told, well, it'll also work for a physical product, then it's going to create a whole different pathway in my
yeah,
my
I understand
brain.
what you're saying. So, and Lana asked for, so I'm going to put the link to that blog post in here. Okay. Um, and I would like you to go through it. Because I think in particular, the very beginning is what you're asking about. So the very first section is if you don't have an idea, right? And if you don't have an
Mhm.
idea, we have things in copy packs in the business branding, the My Avatar, and the head and heart objections and solutions to help you really get in the head of your audience and understand who they are and what they need. Because anything you're creating needs to solve a problem your audience is having, right?
Right.
That
Well,
and
and
that
it does.
applies to, it doesn't matter if it's a physical product or a challenge or a book or a course or
Right.
so I think if you look at that section, just look at that by itself and see what you think about that. And then how you deliver that to your audience is up to you, right? And
Hmm.
so I am going
Okay.
to be creating these around the how, because I know, see, that's the challenge around making these workshops. Because Sean, I mean, it's like a lot of people think like that. Like when we make examples for share, if I make an example Pagewheel product that's I did one for the 5-day challenge, was the 5-day metabolic boost. Most people are going to look at that and they're going to say, but I don't do diet plans. I do something else. And they focus on the topic and not the framework. And that's very normal.
Well,
So,
yeah, I mean, and yeah, for me, rallying, my groups and potential customers isn't necessarily the challenge. It's, but I would like to be able to 10x that, and by means of using Pagewheel to do that. And so, I mean, I guess that's my biggest challenge is because I can create the products. I mean, I've got several of them on there. But, for me, the one, I have one that's going to be my flagship, product, and it's this book, you know, about ADHD, written by someone with ADHD, and it's the reason it took me, more than a year to write it. But promoting it and doing all of that, I just I guess I just don't like going into, okay, I'm going to promote this, I'm going to do that, and then when you start into that process, you find that, oh, there's 4 other things involved with that, and it's just this rabbit hole that you just keep falling into, that and then you get lost in the doing part of it.
yeah. Well, let's say, the product
And
line,
I am going to go in and do a deep dive, like April said. I'm going to camp out in there over the weekend and really learn it. And so,
Well, okay, that's good. But I was going to say, take a look at, so the product launch plan that I just put all the links here for was assuming just the assumption behind that approach was make more offers, right? What you have with your book is there's a different approach to that, and there's more than one, and there's just more than one way to do things. If all you do in 1 year is have your book, then rather than launching new things every year, you're going to be in a cycle of where your launch, and it shouldn't be called a launch, but you're going to have a promotion cycle, not a launch cycle. So you're going to be cycling between the things that engage and entertain and attract your audience to you and promoting your book. And you intersperse these things in the same way, whether it's launching 4 things over the year or promoting your book 4 times over the year. I'm just picking 4. As
right.
an
And it will have supplemental workbooks that'll
Right.
be launched
So, yeah.
too.
So what I'm doing Monday is here's what you do when here's the relating to your audience and attracting it to you to grow it. The more people you have, the more sales you're going to make. So it's going to be that side of it.
Okay.
And so the idea
Yeah, that's
is that
good
so you
because
take,
that'll help.
yeah. Yeah, and so after these 2 weeks are done, they fit together. It's like, here's your product launches, and in between that, here's how you're growing and engaging your audience. And so
Beautiful.
for you, it'd just be here's the times I'm going to promote my book hard, right? And around that, I am just going to engage with my audience and grow it and answer their, and do all those things. So the two fit together, and then that just becomes a cycle, whether you promote only your book for the next 5 years because it's rocking and growing and you don't need to create anything else. You're just finding more ways to talk and grow your audience, or more angles where, it's like the first people who understand what you're saying about your book. There are other people out there who need your book, but they need to hear about it from a different angle. Right.
Right. And then we'll definitely have other stuff to go along with. And we have a blog, podcast, and I'm looking at considering coaching. And it's all going to be integrated. And I'm doing all of that out of the love that I have for people who are like me, and really wanting to, because I never intended for it to be a product or anything, but in the beginning, but I quickly realized that, well, if I'm going to continue to do this, it's got to pay me back, because you know, uh, because of the way my schedule is, I got so far behind and the ball, and then so yeah, I mean, that completely makes sense to me, and I'll dive in and try to get all caught up. And then just a real quick side question. Monday's training is at what time?
It's at 11 a.m.
Central.
Yes.
Yeah, I get completely discombobbled as far as time zones, and I've missed so many trainings because I'm in Arizona. We don't have daylight savings, and
Bless you guys. I want
and
to be away.
But if you download the Google Calendar,
yeah,
it will tell you when to show up where you are.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Like,
See,
it
I didn't
populates
know.
my Google Calendar for where I am, and it even populates my Google Calendar. And then if I travel out west, it adjusts to where I am.
Okay,
And
all
for
So
right,
if you populate your Google Calendar, not yourself, but if you download their Google Calendar, then when they change a training time, it automatically changes it for you.
Yep.
And
And I
and
just
I'm
want to
assuming that
add on,
ClickUp and
Sean.
all those other ones will.
Yeah. And
be
these
able to do that.
workshops now, the workshops are now going to be recorded. So, and I'll keep putting out the YouTube link. There will be a blog post that has it written out step by step and also has the YouTube video. And the YouTube video is just this, like this, that we're recording. So people can see it and see all the question and answers. But I'm creating a methodical step-by-step tutorial that's going out on our knowledge base blog as well. So you don't have to, like, if something comes up, you're not going to miss out. It's going to still be available to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yay. The launches
You're the best.
workshop. Yes, that's here, Lana, let me put these links. The launches one from last week. These are the links that I put out. So it's the same thing if you copied it earlier. This is the one for the product launch planner. And then I was having technical issues with the 5-day challenge and our YouTube video channel access for me, not the channel, not YouTube itself. So I had to do a little working backwards, and that one has multiple videos. So the blog post here, let me get you the blog post. The step-by-step tutorial for the 5-day challenge is here. There's no videos yet, but those will be ready by Monday.
Perfect.
Yep. And those are the only two we've done so far this year. So
yeah, I didn't mean to ask such basic questions and
no, those are
dominate.
Those are great questions, and everybody needs to hear the answers. And if you saw what was going on in chat, people were getting all kinds of good stuff from your questions. So please keep asking. Please keep doing it. Yep. Awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right. We have 2 minutes left. Does anybody else? Somebody had a hand raised.
I did. This is Cynthia.
Yay.
I want to back up. Sean, I totally get what you're saying. I want to, 3 things. I have to remember that. Sean, I totally get what you're saying. And for me, because I got overwhelmed and I have a shiny syndrome, I love everything. I want to know everything. I just love learning. I don't even care if it's not in my wheelhouse. I just like to know. In other words,
that's just because you're on the shady side of awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you. So are you. But what I had to do is I had to make a list, and I have to follow that list. Otherwise, I get off, and I don't let myself get
100%.
off the list until I've done it. Otherwise, it's a mess. So the other thing I wanted to say is, Janine, some I think of the confusion is, and this happened with Holly and Rachel, the words that Holly was using was opposite of the words that Rachel was using. So Holly went through some of her stuff. Not that she didn't know it, but they tried to combine their wording. So we're like, wait a minute, because it's about semantics. I know I deal with this kind of stuff when you do teaching. So I think what's happening here is on Monday, Holly says, not, we love Holly, love Rachel, love you. But Holly says, send your new people on Monday. It is for beginners.
Mm-hmm.
So we as agency owners are like, okay, this is not a question to be bringing in how to run my agency, how to make this work, because we don't want to confuse new people. And
Right.
then she says, agency questions should be held for Wednesday. And Friday is feature Friday, and it always ends up being question and answer. So in our mind, we're thinking, okay, I can send my new people on Monday. So
Yeah,
I think that's why you're getting the whatever, which I get it. I love that you spelled it out, that you're saying, okay, this is how we use what we're giving you. But I think that's where our confusion has come in, because I'm like, I've jumped in and I'm like, oh, this is not beginners. I'm going to, go do something else. So
100%. I totally agree with that, because that really derails me. I'm
like,
the one
okay.
that needs the list. I tell my wife all the time, if you don't put it on a list, it doesn't exist in my head.
Well, I think what happens is when new people are in there and we bring up more, I wouldn't consider myself advanced, but a more advanced people who've been around for a while, and we ask questions that are a little down the road, it confuses the beginners. That's all I was saying. And I'm not saying anything about anybody. I'm just saying that's what happens. And that's why we're all a little bit, not all, many of us are a little bit reserved about sending them.
Would it work better if I started every Monday with the here's how you create a product and a website in 12 clicks with Pagewheel and actually walk through it, then ask for questions, then go into my prepared workshop. Would that solve it?
I think that that would work. I think though
Yeah.
that however you decide to set it up, as long as it's consistent, will be the key. I mean, because I know, for me, I know that gosh, if I'm wondering how to do such and such, well, I know that Janine's going to do her little mini tutorial at the beginning of Monday's call. And that will be in my head.
Okay.
And but
I'll,
if I don't know that you're going to do that, well, she did it last time, but I don't know if she's going to do it this time, then it just doesn't,
okay.
it
I
doesn't.
guess, yeah, and I guess it's just a human thing on my side of I see familiar faces and I worry about people getting bored seeing the same thing when in fact you're sending new people every time. So I need to address that. So I will do that. I will do the quick start to finish. Here's how to use Pagewheel to make something. Ask for questions. So any beginners who are stuck on a technical aspect of actually creating their thing on Pagewheel can ask their
Well,
question.
yeah,
And
it's
then
the old
I'll
Vince
roll into,
Lombardi, this is a football adage, I mean,
yeah.
his season pros at the beginning of every season, he holds a football up and
Oh
says,
yeah.
"This is a football."
Yes.
I mean, so there's a lot of value in that boring basic thing.
Okay, that's what I'll do then. That's what our people need. That's what we'll do. So quick walkthrough at the beginning every Monday, little Q&A for just what they're stuck on. And then for the rest of you who show up consistently looking for more stuff, it's like that I'm going to be having a prepared thing because that's how I'm recording it to put it on our knowledge base. And all of this, your questions and your feedback just help me make it better or help me know what to make the next time and add to the list. So it's all fantastic. Really appreciate your feedback.
You're awesome.
We're all awesome. Woo! Okay, Gina.
There, you've already got a yes.
Gina, don't be a lost newbie. Can you come on Monday? Or do you have any
You're
questions
going to
right
record on
now?
Monday?
I will stay on for you, Gina. If you are stuck on something right now, I will stay on here.
Well, let us
Jennifer
scare
looks like she has a question.
Wait, who? Jennifer has a
Her
question? Okay. So, didn't
her
mean to
hand's
put you on
raised.
the spot, Gina, but I do it to people all the time. Okay, who wanted to go next? Jennifer, you want to go? Okay. Yay, Gina. Okay, if you
Muted,
don't,
Jennifer.
yep. But let me just throw this out there for anybody, but just to answer Gina in chat. Gina, so I'm recording the stuff, putting out a blog post. We also have live chat, which is me or Rachel or Holly manning it during the day, Monday through Friday. And if you really, really, if you're super, super stuck, we will get on a Zoom call and help you out. So please, and there's also the Facebook group. There's lots of helpful people. So please don't be stuck or don't stay stuck. Everybody gets stuck, but don't stay stuck. We want to help you. So,
So Jennifer was muted. Did she have a question?
let's try again. Hey,
Oh,
Jennifer.
why would I want to unmute? Oh my goodness. Thank you. Okay, hopefully this can be quick and easy, and I know it needs to be on Wednesdays. I just also know that I have a client who is on pins and needles wanting to do this. How do I tell them about this? I am still stuck in the how do I promote this? And I mean, she is literally just, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I did the agency. I haven't branded it myself yet. I haven't done all the other things. And I know that's all a lot, but bottom line, what do I give her to show her how this works?
Wait, when she says I want this, what is she saying?
She wants Pagewheel.
she
She wants
wants
Pagewheel.
she wants to do it herself or she wants you to do it for her?
A little of both.
Hey, yes,
So
I'm
if
not,
it were going through like April's thing, it would probably be her 97 plan,
well,
from
I'm
the way I
like Jennifer.
understand.
Hey, Jennifer, I hate to hijack you here, but I'm like you. I have a couple of people that want to know how to do page well, and I'm working on, and I think I'm going to set up a Zoom and do a little Zoom, show them how to do it, but if I want to just tell the people how to do they want to join Pagewheel, that I agree. How do I promote Pagewheel successfully to people just to get them to want to set up a time with me in a Zoom meeting to learn it, or where do I
Yes,
send them?
that.
Where do I send them? Or what
Yes,
to say?
exactly. Because then it was like what April was looking at, where she was going to have her page and do and I know it's busy and all those things. It's just there was going to be this thing, this idea thought process where here's what can be done. I can do it for you, or you can do it yourself, or I can do it at two different levels. But bottom line, here is Page Wheel, and then book a call with me. We could talk about what your needs are and set it up
Okay.
whichever direction is best for you. So yes,
Right,
that
right.
one.
Yes, right. Jennifer, you're absolutely right. But I don't want to go through telling them all the three things that they can do at Pagewheel. I just want to tell them, I just want to promote them. Here is Pagewheel, $27 a month or whatever it is I want to show them. And I don't want to get them all involved in what could come next. I just want to promote Pagewheel. And then once they like Pagewheel, then I can say, oh, by the way, you can do it yourself. Or hey, by the way, I can do it for you. Or hey, by the way, we have an agency. Or hey, by the way, we're doing Amazon. Or hey, we're doing Etsy in the future. I mean, I just want to get them into Pagewheel, period, to make a product or make a copy pack. I don't care about teaching them what they could do down the road. I just want to promote Pagewheel to get them started.
Well, my first, yeah. So there's two different things we're talking about there. One is affiliate and one is agency. And Jennifer, the first thing off the top of my head was like, if you have somebody that excited, don't make it hard for them. When they're saying just take my money, just give them your affiliate link. Just say, here you go. It's super
But
fun.
not if they,
And then
but
if
but
you,
then you're
yeah, hold on, April. I was just if they're saying they want it, meaning for themselves, just give them your affiliate link and say, booyah, go for it. And then you can all, regardless of if they say they want to do it themselves or not, you say, if you find you don't have the time to do this, I can provide those services for you. Because you can always move them over to a child account as an agency. But just get them, if they're just all excited, they can jump in.
Yeah, but see, here's the deal is I can send them the link. They can say it, I like it, but then I lose them because they just don't want to go sign up and sometimes they just don't want to go sign up and start playing with it themselves because they're not someone that just goes and plays with it. They just go, that looked nice, thanks, appreciate it.
Okay, I think Kim in
And
the comments just gave a great idea, and then April finished it up, and I think my brain got simplified in the direction I need to go.
Yeah.
Make them a product, record the video showing them how I did it, send them that, then find out if they ever want to do it themselves, or like, for other people, and then that would determine if it's going to be an affiliate or a child account. And
well,
that can all be done in Pagewheel.
well, yeah, and Jennifer, you might be right about that too. And I did that for a friend a long time ago. And so what I might need to do is just go in and redo that and make one myself, which is a quick video that I can send to them for them seeing me like I'm doing it for them personal. For
Yes.
maybe something they do for their product, not what I did for her product. So you might be right, Jennifer. That might be a good solution.
I don't
And I
think,
think it
That's
can
what
actually be
Rachel
turned
does
evergreen.
for hers. Sorry, Sandy. That's what Rachel does is she makes the products for people and shows them how, because the magic is the product getting tied to the sales page and the delivery like that at the end. Because a lot of people know Canva and they're like, well, I can make a product all day long, right? It's like, okay, yeah, you can. And you can even do that, but upload it here and click, click, click. Now you can deliver it and here's your sales page done. Okay, wait, Sandy
I
needs
was on
Okay, so what I've been doing, because I have a friend that eventually wants to be an agency, and we had the good price, and I don't know if it's still 99 or whatever it is. I have a couple of friends that signed up for the 99 because they eventually want to do the agency, but they didn't want to lose the $99. they're still paying me to help them learn or to do stuff for them, but they're doing it with me. So I gave them the option of being a child account or sign up as an agency. And they signed up as an agency, but they're still paying me to do their stuff. So just because somebody's not a child account doesn't mean you can't charge them to do their things. The way I looked at it.
Yep.
And I told them the price is going to go up, and this is something they really wanted to do. If they didn't want to be an agency, but they eventually wanted to do their own, again, I gave them the option. And most of mine are wanting to sign up as either a regular person or an agency because they know they want to take. I have one person as a child account but even them, now we're interacting and they're in there playing so much that they want to teach this to other people in their industry. So I don't think it matters how they start, whether they're a child account, but give them the option. And I think talking with them through it rather than just sending them something is going to help.
Yep. And I'm sure Rachel talks about it on the agency call, because it's not about, it's like, they don't want, the fundamental is, it's not that they don't want Pagewheel. They want a result for their business. And you have to speak to that.
They want their life to be easier.
Yes.
And if you just send them to Pagewheel, it may not look easier immediately, but if you can show them, look, I made this web page and this product in like 10 minutes, and here you can have the product and now they're looking at this web page and thinking, how did she wait, what? And they watch the video again and again, like she literally did like 10 clicks. What the heck? Right? I mean, like April said, they don't think, they're like, okay, like Sandy said to April, I know you don't know how to do that.
That's right.
Like, we're not that smart either.
My
right?
lack
Somehow
of skill has served me well.
Me too, right? I'm in the creative space. I know nothing. I'm the least tech person right?
Exactly. If I didn't know that April was not tech savvy and I was watching her do things that I wanted to do, I was like, wait, there's something I'm missing.
Yeah.
Tell me about this I'm missing.
And I literally said, I know you're not that smart.
And because I know Sandy and I love her, it didn't offend me at all.
Because you knew you weren't that smart either, right?
I know. I'm like, I really don't know how to do this.
And you know what? I know people. I'm Rachel smart. I let Rachel be smart and I take advantage of it, right? She shares with us. So
yeah.
Hey,
there are days that I truly am only here for decoration.
Oh,
I just adore you.
Hey, it's be smart, right? Reinventing the wheel is not smart. It's just
no.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and on that note, I'm thinking on that note too is where we can choose, depending on the situation, where it can either be directly at them, where we're talking directly to them, or it can be something evergreen that can be reused. So for instance, if they're a realtor or if they're an author or if they're whatever, and then it's done, it's hosted in Pagewheel and it's super simple and we just shoot it off to them. So thank you. That was huge helpful to me, you guys. This whole day is. Thank you.
Well, that was the point of being able to share the product along with its website, is if you share that to someone new, they have to create that free account. So they have that one thing, but now if they want to do anything else, they have to upgrade. And all of that is tied to anything you share with somebody, any product you share is automatically tied to your affiliate link. So that's already done.
Is there an account?
What?
So what you're saying is creating them a child account allows them to create one free product, and then they can see if they like it.
So that's mixing the two, Lena. I'm saying, so like in those links I put in there, and there's the one, let me see which one it is. I think it's the last one of the 4 that says grab the planner and site for your Pagewheel account. That's the link from here. Let me show you guys.
Yeah, I've lost how to do the free.
Yeah, you're just this is because you're an agency level person, and we're talking about something that can be used for both for an affiliate and agency. So what I'm talking about, can you guys see my dashboard here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here So here's the product launch planner that I made. And when I go here to share the product with another Pagewheel user and copy my link to share, if they're not a Pagewheel user, let's see if I can do it in the incognito window. If not, I'll do it.
Oh,
This is so if they're not a Pagewheel user and they use that link, they're going to come over. It's going to, so this is an incognito window and it's saying, hey, you need to get started, right? It's like these things exist in Pagewheel. So here's your get started. But if, wait, that's
So it's not a free account.
you know what? We found the bug. No, it's supposed to do, it should do. Let me
yeah,
double
that
check on
didn't
the-
look like what I've shared before.
That's what I put in the chat of saying that's where it took me to, and I was a little confused, and I'm not sure I want them to see that pricing
Yeah, because my minimum
versus,
pricing is the business plan.
Yeah,
right.
okay, guys. So we found the bug. No, it should do the free account
But
thing.
there is a yellow button that says, send me the digital planner. I understand I need to be a member. So this looks intentional.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that may be, I'll have to
but-
follow up on that. Yeah, and the
this is
thing,
tough.
yeah, and guys, the thing is, so I wasn't thinking about that in your VIP plans, because the other thing is, don't forget that once they have an account, those prices also exist inside their account settings. So Lana, yeah, depending on how you're wanting to do it, you would maybe just go ahead and set them up a child account.
I don't think the price settings exist inside a child account.
No, you're right, April. I'm saying where I was going with, just send them the thing and get them the free account. It's like if you do that, then they are. If it's a child
Yeah.
account, then they're not. If you do it under your
I don't know about y'all, but I always lead with a child account because when I was talking with Holly earlier, I did have somebody sign up for the business account. I didn't even know that they did. They must have found an old link of mine somewhere hanging around. They signed up for a business account at $47 a month. I didn't find out about it until I looked at my payments for that week or whatever. And it was a little bit of a challenge to get them into a child account and get the finances correct because it's not good on their Stripe reflection. They're with Holly and Rachel. If they have too many refunds in a month, it's not good for their rating. So what she did was she just sent me the PayPal money straight. She reversed my commission. And then I made a child account for them and basically started charging their subscription to the child account 1 month later. So for me, I lead with a child account. I don't ever put my affiliate account out there anymore.
I like that.
Yeah, that's probably keeps it simple and straightforward.
Because it's so much easier to move them out from under you into their own account and then let the affiliate part take over than it is to go the other direction.
Now, when I click on that, send me the product, I know I have to be a member, it lowers it down on the page to those two pricing options to choose those two things.
Yep. That's why you don't want to do that.
Right.
You want to make sure and either download the PDF and show them or,
Yeah.
just something like, or make it in a child account for them and say, here's your child
Yep.
account. If you like
Yep.
this, I'll send you an invoice for your first month.
Yes. Yep. Like it. Like it. Like it.
Okay. And there
I
was
have a dumb question about that. Sorry, I went out of the room to go potty, sorry. But I missed the last part of what you just said, April. So if you put them in a child account, I'm following with you. But if they haven't paid you, you must have to put something somewhere to make sure that you take them out so they're not just in there, right? Is there a dated? I don't know this part.
That's what I use UpHabit for. I put
That's
a trigger.
what I was wondering.
I put a trigger in UpHabit and I tell them you have 3 days to test this account. Here's your materials and products that I made for you. At the end of 3 days, you either say, yes, I'm in, send me an invoice, or I'll turn your account off.
Okay.
And then you
That's
just
exactly
delete
what I
them.
thought. Yeah, I'd have to have something to keep track of that.
And so
Yeah.
UpHabit just reminds you.
Yeah, because I put the trigger in. Yeah, you could do it. You could put a trigger into Google Tasks or, You could say, hey, Google, remind me XYZ. However stop, Google, stop. Great. Now I'm going to get an XYZ reminder and wonder what the heck. But I use UpHabit for that. And that way also I can click on that person even a year from now and see, oh, they played with this a year ago
But it doesn't
because it
delete them
dates
from
all
your
your
account.
notes. All your notes are dated.
So it doesn't delete them from your account. You don't delete them from your account. You just keep them in the child account.
Depends. If I need that spot, then I'll delete them.
I like it.
Okay, so I think I'm really kind of liking this 3-day testing thing.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
advertise that. I do that on an as needed basis. If they really want it and they like it, and you know, a lot of things have
Okay.
trial period,
Oh, okay.
but I don't let them go longer than that.
So for instance, I wouldn't use the 3-day trial with this one who wants it because they want it. I'm just going to show them how it works and
Send them an invoice. Yes.
exactly. So,
And once they
but for
pay their invoice, now they're in Stripe and their payment method is in Stripe. And you go into the subscriptions section of Stripe and set up their subscription and it auto bills every month.
perfect.
Yay. All right. Okay, so there were a few questions in the chat about the replay for the Amazon sellers call. Guys, I'll have to ask if it's not in the agency group already. I'm not sure if that was a part of the agency
Might
group.
be.
Or just
Might be. I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
got an
I
email
missed
from
that, and I
guys.
was really looking forward to
Okay.
seeing it, and I ended up being out on the road when it happened. So,
But it was interesting because it was two people that are Amazon sellers, whoever she's connected with, and one of her what do you call it? Masterminds that she's in. And these guys are big sellers and they've got a big community of sellers. So when they saw how easy it was, they're like, are you kidding me? And these guys are not easy to impress, right? So
Yep. Yep. And
they might have even been at like might have all used like Go High Level and ClickFunnels and all those other things. And Rachel was like, oh, we can make it so much easier than that.
That's right. That's right. Yep. So I owe you guys that. I will try to get that information. I'll have it by the workshop on Monday.
Yeah, that's Elva wanted it. So I know I've seen it and I understand how it works, but it was just fun to watch other people see Pagewheel for the first time with no history with Rachel.
Yep.
Oh yeah. One of my VIP clients that I was working with the other day and I was helping her make her digital product. She wanted to make a digital product. It was about how to get more protein in. And of course, she's marketing her Shackley protein. And so I said, these are your brand colors, blah, blah, blah. And I said, do you want to just use Shackley colors? So we went to Google and typed in Shackley hex codes. And there was the little sheet right there. And she just took the hex codes from Shackley, put them directly in. And now her little thing, every time she comes on and makes a digital product, she can choose those Shackley colors.
That's brilliant.
She was blown away.
Yay. That's awesome.
But for those of you who missed the Amazon thing, she just really was doing like she does with everything else. She just showed them how to use Pagewheel. There was, I was thinking, okay, we're gonna get some tips and tricks about Amazon, but it was really more about how to put the item in Pagewheel.
Yeah, because she's
So
promoting
you know how to
to
use
Amazon
Pagewheel and how
sellers.
to use it. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, her crowd was
That
Amazon
was valuable
sellers.
to people who hadn't seen it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you sell on Amazon, it would be useful because that's who she was focused on showing how Pagewell was going to help them now, people that sold physical products on Amazon. And this is something they had never seen before. So, and I mean, well, who has, right? Except for us. But it was fun to watch their faces and see their reactions in the chat. And it was like, oh yeah, you forget how we know how robust it is, but we also we're very sort of we're used to it. It's like, yeah, that's great. Works. Like it took 30 seconds. Oh, come on, 30 seconds.
Right.
Okay, so I have a question, April, because I really liked what you had to say. And I was wondering if there was a way that is there a page to share that doesn't use our affiliate link just to see all that other stuff at the bottom that we could share with someone that's really interested, that we would want to put in our child account to give a trial chance.
What?
I know that sounded confusing. Okay, so let's just say I don't want to use. Okay, so I got to thinking about all that, and I got somebody really interested, but I sent them to my affiliate link. Now I just sent her a link and said, "Don't sign up for that at the bottom because I could have you as one of my. I give you a little trial on my, et cetera, account. So is there
No,
any
I
way
see what you're
that I
saying.
have
I don't do
someone
that
with
at all. No.
if I have someone real interested and I don't want to send them my affiliate link so I don't have to follow up and say, wait a minute, don't sign up. I can do
So
X, Y,
Lana,
Z.
just make a digital product introduction to Pagewheel with a checklist and share that with them or something. Just put something in there. There really isn't any. I think what you're asking. I know you asked Rachel, but I think that's what you're asking is what can you share with them to get them in, right?
Well, I don't want to give them check. Yeah, but I'm just saying I just want to send them to a page like that looks similar to the Page Wheel affiliate page, but not have the affiliate page at the bottom. Affiliate sign up at the bottom. I just want to send them to one page that looks like that, but not have the affiliate sign up at the bottom and have sign up for my agency. So I guess I could go in and kind of hijack that page and then want to sign up for my agency and get a free trial, let me know
Yes.
on my own thing.
It's called modeling. You're modeling
Yeah.
and making it your own.
Hey, I'm real good at copying and modeling.
We want you to do that
So
for Pagewheel all day long.
I think April, thank you so very much. You just solved a new problem that I've been starting to have with 3 people. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm not advertising my free trial. I don't offer it to everybody.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't want to offer it to everybody either. Some people I just want to offer my affiliate link. But I got 3 serious people that I think would be on the other level, and I didn't know how to handle that. And
yeah,
so
yeah,
I
good.
sent them my affiliate link, but I don't want to get into that same problem you have and have them sign up and then have to move them over and go
Yeah,
through all that rigmarole.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a great modeler, if you want to call it.
You could also call it a test account.
Yeah, I can call it anything I want to as long as it has my option to come to my trial page and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's nothing for them to sign up for. You just create a test account, give them the login. They're
Right,
logging into a test child account that you created. If they
exactly.
like it, you check with them in a day or two
And
and say, are you
yeah,
ready for me to send you an invoice?
yeah, exactly. And then like Cynthia had, I could also in that test child account,
Oh, that's
like
good.
Cynthia said, I could provide them with their first free checklist, first free booklet, first free
Yeah.
something, and they already have something in their child account to practice with.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
So
could
I
have an
could put what
ongoing
you
test
said and what
account that
Cynthia
you could
said
send
together.
different
Yeah.
people to
For
if
sure.
if they don't
Sorry,
end
Sean.
up signing up for
Yeah.
it, you know.
Sorry, Sean. What did you say again?
No, I'm just saying you could have a general test account that can be used until somebody actually says, yeah, send me the invoice, and then you create another general
Oh,
test account.
You
oh,
just
I
So
didn't
that
think
way, if
about
somebody says,
that.
yeah, no, then you can just bring somebody else into it, you know,
just
until
ooh,
it gets used.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Mhm.
ooh,
Then I wouldn't
like
have to
it.
set up a bunch of stuff for other people. I wouldn't have to set up single. Oh, now say that again, Sean. How would I do that?
So create a general test account, a child account,
Okay.
that you're calling your test account. And so you have John Doe customer that you send them the login for it and say, I'm gonna, play with this. And if in 3 days you ask them what April said, do you want me to send you an invoice? Are you wanting to continue? If they say yes, great, that's their child account. If they say no, then Jane Doe customer over here who's interested, give her the login and she can go in there, play with it, create a product, and then you just keep doing
Are
that
you
until
saying you could
somebody
have
says
multiple
yes.
people in a test account?
Well, not at the same time.
Okay. So
I think you
so
could
you'd
even
have to
have
do
them.
multiple test accounts.
I don't know. Maybe you could do it at the same time, but
I
I
think you
wasn't thinking
could,
that.
and the password changes like once a week. So that way they can't get back in there. And oh, I
But they would
like
see other people's
that.
products, so.
Mhm.
And I can see why April, I see in the chat that that's not something you want to do. And I can see why, because I think that there's, two different reasons to do it depending on the situation. Um, but I like that. Thank you, Sean, because I do. I can see two different reasons to use each way.
Okay, so if you
You guys are just so amazing.
create a test account, let's say you create 3 test accounts and you're testing with 3 different people and test 1, test 2, test 3 or whatever. And then if someone liked the test account that you get them to test on, then you could just go in the test account and change their name.
But you'd have to change their email too.
Oh.
So your test account have
And
to
you have
mail
to
in a
check, and you
password
have to
to it.
change test account for email and login and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see where it could get a little complicated.
So I'm thinking you have it's
Oh, no, wait. No, wait. See, what you do is you keep the test account one, they practice with it. Then when they decide they want to do it, then you just set them up with a new account with their name and their email. Keep test account number 1 for the next person. You delete all their stuff that they created,
There you go.
but you don't want to do that. So you don't want to do that.
exactly. And you use your own email. Make up a fake email just for that account so that it satisfies that need. And then you can send
Oh,
them anything that's custom can be shared to their account. And then, like you
oh
said,
yeah,
delete
now
it
you
out of
share it to
there.
their account. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now, then you share it to the new account. Okay, Jennifer, that sounds right. Okay, so you start them with test account. Then they like it. You create their own account, set them up with their billing, then go in that test account and share it to their new account. Then you can get rid of all the complicated other stuff.
Because I'm looking at, we have to be able to scale this, right? If I've got 600 people that want to do this, I'm not going to want to have to keep track of 600 test accounts. I'm going to want to, they go into the main test account. There's evergreen things that are already in there, but there's things that they can do custom for them. They get the 3 days, that password then changes. They can't get into it again. And it just, it just keeps moving forward. And
Yes.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, I see that because after 3 days they're either in or they're out, and then you can go in and start over on your test account. So if they're in, you make them a new account with their name and their email address, get them set up on Stripe for a monthly basis, then then forward whatever they created in the test account to their new account.
yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That works. I can see how that works. All right. I'm trying that this week. I got a lady to try it with right now.
See, that's why I couldn't wait till Wednesday to ask this question.
Oh,
So
I'm so
Wednesday
glad
will
you
be
did.
bragging about what
'Cause-
you guys did with this, right? Yeah.
Huh?
Wednesday will be showing off what you guys did between now and then.
Oh yeah, I hope she signs up today.
Okay,
Hey,
Elva's asking.
I will have to say I am getting a lot of traction with Pagewheel right now because I am testing out the Amazon thing and I got 4 clients I'm working with on it and I am having success in
Yay.
different and I'm doing through and I'm using it in physical and digital products and I got them doing different I got I got it doing different things. So um it's I've made sales and I've gotten signups and I am having success with using the Amazon.
That's awesome. Hey, so
Yay.
April answered. Elva had a question about how to share products into new accounts, and April put the answer in there. And guys, remember, see, where is it? I'm saying
Okay,
remember,
what is
I
it?
can't find it. Where can you save the chat? Where'd my three?
Okay, up to 3 dots at the top. But what are you saying?
Yeah.
How April? You're saying copy the share link, log out of your account, log into the test account, then click the link that you saved. What's that mean?
Because when you share a product with anyone, when you click on the link for that product, it opens it up into whatever account you're logged into. So you have to click the share button inside of the account where you made it, or just make it inside the test account, then you don't have to share.
Oh, okay.
See, whenever we click on things that Janine has shared with us that are in the chat, if we click on it and it says download this into your account now,
Yeah.
it's going to download it into whatever account you're logged into on your
Okay,
browser.
but okay, so what you're saying is create the test account in my child account that I have for my business.
I would if that's what I was doing, yes.
Because I have a child account for my business called Your Author Hub. Then I would create that child account, that test account, and create but I'd have to create all my child accounts in that account. And not in my main account.
You can only make a child account under a main account. You can't
Yeah, see,
you
I
can't
can't,
put a child
yeah, I
account in a
can't,
child
so
account.
I still have to do the log out and log in and all that for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Because I don't want to make child accounts under that other account anyway, so. Anyway, that's all right. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's complicated. It's good. It's all good.
Awesome. Holy cow. That was a lot of good stuff.
Thanks for staying with us, Janine. We appreciate your time.
Hey,
Yeah, this is cool. I've learned a lot today.
Yeah. Okay, and this is being recorded here. I'm going to stop the recording.